Good morning, children. Before starting today's class, I have two important things to tell you. First one is about syllabus reduction. ICSE has reduced few chapters. They have cut off few chapters from your syllabus. So the chapters that have been cut are Chapter 6 Spectrum, Chapter 8 Current Electricity. In that actually there are 38 pages. You're going to have only 6 pages. So it's 175 to 213 is there, but you're going to have only 175 to 181. Okay, so only 6 pages are there. Next 2 chapters are fully cut. This has very little, I'll tell you later. Okay, so it's like roughly nearly 4 chapters have been cut. So out of 12, you'll be having only 8 chapters. So that's a very good news. This is a very tough portion and quite a lot is being cut for you. So it's going to be easy. So the rest of the chapters you're expected to study thoroughly. Okay, hope you understand it. And so that is about syllabus. And the second one, so your first term examination might come at any time, you know that. Now, but this is going to be slightly different from our usual exams. In our usual exam, you have 20 mark for internal and 80 mark for your theory external exam. But in this, your internal mark will be more. That is either 40 or 50. Because we are doing online classes, so we have to assess you. Internal marks we have to assess for 40 or 50. So your external test exam will only be for 50 marks or 60 marks accordingly. Okay, so the point to be noted is, now this internal mark 40 or 50 will be given, okay, we'll be giving marks for all these three. One is Zoom class attendance, okay, every day we take attendance and we'll be checking your regularity. So Zoom class attendance 10 or 15 marks. Homework submission through my WhatsApp. So I'm going to give you my WhatsApp number and you're expected to send your homework every day. That is, whenever homework was given, that day itself you have to finish, click it and send to my number. Okay, I'll be sending my WhatsApp number tomorrow in your MCB app. And then class tests might be for 25 or 30 marks. Okay, so once in 2 weeks from now on, once in 2 weeks you'll be having tests and you have to start studying. Okay, so please take these things seriously, not like every time last minute I'll study and just get, because maximum marks was for the external, that is 80 marks for that, but this time it's totally different. So what you do every day is very important. Attend your Zoom classes regularly, finish your homework and submit it regularly, and take the class test seriously. Okay, so this is the main information. Syllabus reduction I've told you already, and whatever chapters, as we do the chapter, I'll keep telling you which portions to be cut. Okay, so we expect you to take it seriously, children, being board class. Okay, so you don't want to tell anything more. I know you can understand it and you will be much regular in your work. I know April, May, many of you have not been regular. You have not attended the Zoom class, you didn't do your homework, but make sure at least these 2 months you work very hard. Now for the first term examination, you will be having chapter 1, 2, 3, okay, force, work by energy, machines, and then chapter 7, sound. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 chapters you're going to have for the term examination. Now we are almost in the last part of sound chapter, which I'll be finishing off today. So then I thought we'll be revising all these chapters again with tests in between, so that you're thorough with these chapters. Okay, that's the plan ahead. I hope you're going to cooperate with me and we'll do well. Okay, now please turn to, we'll start with the C part of sound chapter, that's given in page number 166. turn to page 166 in your book. Okay, so now the C part says characteristic of sound. Okay, characteristic of sound and their subjective and objective property. Now, from your syllabus, they have cut off this part. Subjective, objective property, they have cut. Now, actually, I'll tell you exactly what the syllabus. So A part, B part, and C part. C part used to be quite big, but this portion is there, but they have reduced it quite a bit in the sense you have this characteristics, loudness, pitch, and quality, but what all you should study are meanings of the terms and factors affecting them. No examples. This is what was given in the syllabus. Okay, meanings and factors affecting, no examples to be done. So again, the C part, quite a lot is being cut off now. So we're just going to have few things. So I'll just quickly tell you what all you have to study. So the C part is about characteristics of sound. Okay, you've studied this in 8th standard, little bit of it. So I hope you remember something. Anyway, so sound has 3 characteristics. Any particular sound has 3 characteristics. One is loudness, second is pitch, and the third is quality. Loudness, pitch, and quality. These are the 3 characteristics of sound that can be any sound can be discussed, or any can be explained in terms of these 3 characteristics. Okay, now we should know their definition. So loudness and intensity, the other name, or you can call it as intensity also. So 3 things you have to study in everything: definition, diagram, and factor affecting. Definition, diagram, and factor affecting. Rest all is being cut. Okay, so the definition goes like this: loudness is the characteristic by virtue of which a loud sound can be distinguished from a faint one. Okay, so it is the characteristic that differentiates a loud sound from a faint sound. Faint sound means soft sound. Okay, so loud sound is like roaring of a lion. Faint one is like a bee, buzzing of a bee. You can understand how less the sound will be. The volume of the sound basically is what loudness talks about. Okay, so the definition, you'll study this. Okay, a loud sound can be distinguished from a faint one. Then the diagram is very important. Now I'll tell you how to draw soft and loud note. So if they ask you, draw a diagram showing a soft note and a loud note. So it's a graph, time in the x-axis, okay, and displacement in the y-axis. So always I've told, in a graph, it's very important to write the name of the axis. So time in the x-axis and displacement in the y-axis. So first I'm going to draw for a soft sound and then for a loud sound. So this is going to be for a loud sound. Now in this I have to keep frequency constant. Okay, I have to keep frequency constant. So what you do, you just draw dotted lines like this. Okay, now amplitude. Now amplitude is this, the maximum displacement from the mean position is called amplitude. Okay, so loudness depends on amplitude. More the amplitude, more will be the loudness. So a loud sound will have a larger amplitude and a soft note will have a small amplitude. So what you do when you draw in your notebook, now this soft sound, so it will be not, this amplitude should be less. Okay, like this. So this is small amplitude. So soft sound will have small amplitude. Loud sound will have a large amplitude. So you should draw it little taller. Okay, and you mark it and say large amplitude. Okay, so why did I draw these dotted lines? Now these two are waves of same frequency but different amplitude. They are of same frequency. Frequency means number of vibrations produced in a particular time. In this particular time, here also one wave is produced and here also one wave is produced. Means these two are of same frequency but only their amplitude is different. So this is a soft sound and this is a loud sound. Okay children, so this diagram you should be able to draw it by yourself. Okay, so definition, diagram and factor affecting, rest all you can strike it off. So next 2 pages you can just strike it off. Come straight to the second property or characteristic, that is pitch or shrillness and frequency. The second property is called pitch. Other name is shrillness and it depends on frequency. Now definition goes like this. Pitch is that characteristic of sound by which an shrill note, any one word you can remember, okay? A shrill note can be distinguished from a flat note. Okay, shrill means a sharp sound. Generally, female voice is supposed to be of a high pitch. Okay, high pitch. Okay, shriller. Okay, and male voice is supposed to be flat. I hope you're able to make the difference. Boys' voice is generally flat. It's bass voice. Whereas women or girls, generally their voice are shriller because it's very sharp and screechy. Okay, so that characteristic is called pitch, which differentiates an shrill note from a flat note. Shrill note from a flat note. Okay, if the pitch is high, sound will be shrill. If the pitch is low, sound will be flat. Okay, now factor affecting pitch. Pitch of a note depends on its frequency. Okay, loudness depended on amplitude. Pitch depends on frequency. Now again the diagram. They will ask you to draw 2 waves of different pitch. Draw 2 waves of different pitch. Now usually when you draw waves of different pitch, if they ask, you have to keep the amplitude same and only the pitch has to be different. Now how will you draw that? Same way, you take 2 waves, time in the x-axis and displacement in the y-axis, and frequency amplitude has to be same. So if you're taking 3 lines above, take 3 lines below. Same way here also you should take 3 lines. This and this distance should be same because their amplitude is same. Okay, then frequency should be different. So in a particular time, so maybe we'll take this as a particular time interval. Okay, so this will, the first one we are going to draw low pitch sound and the second one is a high pitch sound. So low pitch sound means frequency will be less. Low pitch sound will have less frequency. High pitch sound will have more frequency. Now less frequency means less number of waves in the particular time period. Okay, so in this particular time period, in a low pitch sound, there might be just one wave. Okay, so let's take Whereas in a high pitch sound, you might be having, in this time itself, there might be two waves. Are you able to make the difference, children? So a high pitch sound will have only one wave in a particular time. Okay, I'm keeping a particular time. In this particular time, a low pitch sound had only one wave, whereas a high pitch sound had two waves. Okay, so this is of high frequency. So you can draw for one more time period like this. So this is like this, and in this you have to draw two waves. Okay, hope you got this, children. So amplitudes keep the same, only the frequency has to be different. Please pay attention while drawing. These gaps and everything are important. Now examples and all are cut, so you can just strike it off. This is also cut. Come to the third property, quality or timbre. Okay, the other name for quality is timbre, and it depends on waveform. Now definition. Okay, now what is quality? Quality means every instrument has its unique property which is called its quality. For example, I take two guitars. Okay, take two guitars. Both are same. Okay, identical guitars. Same company, same length. Everything is same. Okay, so I've taken two such guitars, identical guitars. Identical means exactly same. And okay, so as I told you, you can produce sounds of different frequencies in this. So suppose if I am producing a particular note, okay, in both the, okay, they both are similar, and I'm trying to produce a sound of same pitch in both the same pitch and same loudness. Okay, as I told you, depending on the position where you keep your finger, you can change the frequency. So thickness will also be different and all that. Imagine two guitars, two people are playing, but they're playing the same chord. Means they're keeping the position same, they're strumming to the same amount, but still, these two sounds will be different. They both are of same amplitude and same frequency. Okay, so you have a guitar A and guitar B. There's another guitar here. They're not looking identical, but you can please assume it to be identical. Okay, so these both are same, they are similar, and we are producing sound of same pitch and same amplitude and same frequency, but still quality will be different. Quality will be different because they are two different instruments. Each instrument has a particular quality, and that's why they are different. Okay, so the definition goes like this: quality is that characteristic which distinguishes two sounds of same loudness and pitch but emitted by two different instruments. Emitted by two different instruments because of change in waveform. Two different instruments you can write. This will be the factor affecting. Now the diagram goes like this. So the factor affecting quality is waveform. Waveform means shape of the wave. Shape of the wave. Now they have shown you two waves. Amplitude is same, frequency is same, but the shape of the wave is different. Okay, this is like this. This is called sine wave, and this is a triangular wave. Okay, so like this, every instrument has its own shape or nature of waveform. That leads to difference in quality of a sound. Okay, so the quality of a sound depends on the waveform. Waveform means shape of the wave. Okay, so again example and all is cut, so you can cut this. And music and noise, again this is a table that gives you the summary of that. There are three characteristics: loudness, pitch, Timbre, loudness depends on amplitude, pitch depends on frequency, timbre or quality depends on waveform. You can strike off all this. Okay, so this part has been really simplified. Now listen, the work for you today is, in your physics notebook, you will write all the three characteristics. Okay, so first heading will be characteristic of sound, loudness and intensity. First should be the definition, second should be the diagram, and third should be factor affecting. Definition, diagram. When I say diagram, both the things should be there of soft note and loud note, and then factor affecting. Same way for pitch, definition, this is the definition, this is the factor affecting, and this is the these two diagrams. Similarly for quality, definition and diagram and factor affecting. Okay, so all these three you're going to do it in your notebook, because only if you draw you will get familiar with this diagrams, and these diagrams come very often. Okay, so this is the homework, and as I told you before, you're going to, as you finish it by tomorrow evening, you will click a photograph and send it to my personal WhatsApp number, and you will be marked for it. If you're not going to send it tomorrow, marks will be cut. Remember that. And please don't send somebody else's page. We can differentiate the handwriting and everything. Okay, so please be sincere, children. Understand the responsibility. Okay, so that's all for today. I just wanted to tell you one thing. Test of this chapter will be on next Thursday. Okay, test of this chapter will be on next Thursday. The date will be 16th. Okay, 16th July. Okay, during Zoom class, or I'll tell that and all later. But next week you have a test of sound chapter. Please start preparing. That's why I'm telling you now. Okay, written work is very less, but please make sure you start studying 3 parts. A and B are very tough. If you don't start studying now itself, then only you'll be able to do it. Thank you, children.